don't know if you've experienced this, but I have lately, especially lately. I'm in a situation where I'm having a conversation with somebody, and it's not that I disagree with them, but I might be pushing back. I'll give you an example. I was discussing with a client a little while ago a change that they had made, and I was really trying to inquire what their thinking was and why they were doing that, and I really had no pros or cons about it. I was just seeking information. But as they answered my questions, I followed with another question, and I followed with another question. I really was seeking, and eventually I saw a change in their demeanor. There was a table between us, and eventually they stood up, put their hands on the table, leaned over the table, looked at me and said, "Now, Mike, just calm down." And I was taken aback. I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm actually quite fine. What's the matter? What's the matter?" And they were so upset because they accused me of being upset and coming at them and bulking up and coming up and over to the point where they had to come up and over. Total misunderstanding. They said it was all me. Why were you getting louder? Why were you upset? Why were you being so judgmental in the decisions that we had made? What? Their entire perception of what was going on was based on their observations of me, and their brain filled in my intent. Evidently, ever since I hit about 40, my eyes stopped working. And because of that, I have a tendency to look like this. I look like Mr. Magoo. This is a face that comes across angry. I'm not angry, I'm blind. This look, mixed with my voice being a very strong voice, were the visual and auditory cues that gave their brain something to try to understand. And their brain said aggressive, doesn't like, is against. And then of course they responded accordingly. That really made me think. I find myself in that situation, and I'm sure you do more and more. I really want you to pay attention when it comes to dealing with emotions with people, especially when people are in high stress situations, to really truly pay attention that you're not doing the same thing they were doing. And that's the Cuppa Hoff for today, is be careful of filling in the intent. You may be tremendously good at all the visual observations, the auditory observations that we need, but don't fall into the trap of assuming what that means. It's going to get you in trouble. Especially in high-stress situations. Not only are they coming across maybe a little bit different than they intend, but your interpretation of what that is might be off. So in emotional situations, go out of your way to double-check intent. Ask those clarifying questions to ensure that you're understanding the way they're coming across. And make sure your brain's not filling in the nooks and crannies that could be way off. Way off. By keeping a check on what you think they mean and paying attention to how you're coming across, communication can be truly effective in those situations where skill sets are needed most, when things are emotionally charged. See you next time.